The legend of Gozer the Gozerian, a Mesopotamian epic. Tablet 1. The rise of Saraku, high priest of the dark arts. In the days when the earth was new and the gods still walked among men, there lived a priest of Uruk, Saraku, whose heart yearned not for the blessings of the gods of light, but for the powers that lie in shadow. The winds from the west carried whispers of forgotten names, and the sun dimmed with each day as Saraku wandered the temple halls of Uruk, his eyes fixed not upon the offerings of Marduk, nor the tablets of Enlil's law, but upon the distant horizon where the stars bled fire in the night. Saraku, forsaking the way of the temple, sought knowledge that no man was meant to possess. In secret, by the waning moon, he called upon the ancient powers that slumbered in the Abzu, the great abyss below the earth, whose depths even Enki feared to explore. From the tablets of forbidden wisdom stolen from the vaults of Eridu, Saraku learned the name of Guzuranamtu, the devourer of worlds, the one who was cast out by the gods when time was young, and whose return would bring forth the undoing of creation itself. In the silent hour before dawn, Saraku raised his hands to the darkened sky and spoke the name of Gozer. The wind ceased and the earth trembled. Far beneath the soil, where the waters of the Abzu churned in restless sleep, an eye opened, and in the stillness of the ziggurat, the voice of Gozer spoke to Saraku. "I am the terror that lies beyond the firmament, the storm that bends the heavens. Summon my gatekeeper. Summon my keymaster, and I shall rise again to claim this world." But Saraku knew not that to summon Gozer was to summon death itself. He believed that by calling forth the ancient god, he could wield the power to reshape the world in his image. Tablet 2. The summoning of Zul and Vince Clotho. In the lands beyond the Euphrates, when the moon had waned thrice, Saraku gathered his acolytes atop the ziggurat of Anu, the ancient sky god. There, beneath the baleful gaze of the stars, the gatekeeper and keymaster would be summoned to bridge the realms. The blood of innocence was spilled, and the air grew thick with the stench of burning offerings. A voice from the heavens cried out in warning, for the gods had seen the rites being performed, but they dared not interfere with mortal folly. Such was the decree of Anu, that men must choose their own fate. The first to appear was Zul, the gatekeeper, whose terrible form took shape from smoke and shadow. Her body was that of a great lioness, with talons of iron and eyes that glowed like molten gold. From her maw came a growl that shook the temple stones. "Who dares awaken the threshold guardian of Gozer? I shall open the way, and none shall stand before the storm." Soon after came Vince Clotho, the keymaster, a towering figure draped in darkness, his face hidden beneath a mask of bone. He carried in his hands the key that could unlock the very fabric of creation. His voice echoed across the empty streets of Uruk. "The stars align, the time has come. Gozer stirs, the gate shall open, and the world shall burn." The ritual complete, the air itself tore apart as the gate between worlds opened. A crimson light shone from the heavens, and the sky wept fire as the winds roared in fury. The earth cracked beneath the weight of Gozer's approaching presence. Tablet 3. The descent of Marduk's champion. From the heavens, Marduk, king of the gods, beheld the folly of Saraku, and the rising chaos stirred the gods to anger. In the great city of Nippur, where Enlil sat upon his heavenly throne, the gods convened. Enlil, lord of the wind and storm, demanded that the rebellious priest be cast into the depths of the underworld to appease the forces of order. But Enki, god of wisdom and keeper of the Abzu, spoke words of caution. "This is no mere mortal folly. Gozer stirs, and with it comes the end of all things. But we are bound by the laws of heaven. No god may walk the earth to fight this battle. Let us send a champion, one forged from the blood of kings, one who knows both the ways of gods and men." And so it was that the gods chose Ninurta, son of Enlil and warrior of the heavens, to descend to the earth. Clad in the armor of the gods and wielding the mace of Anzu, Ninurta stood as the last hope of the mortal world. Upon his brow he bore the amulet of Ninurta, a talisman of binding gifted to him by Enki to seal away chaos itself. Tablet 4. The Battle Beneath the Stars. Ninurta descended upon the ziggurat of Anu in a chariot of flame, and there he beheld Gozer, whose form was unlike anything the gods had ever known. A great storm cloud loomed above, with eyes of fire peering through the darkness. And from the cloud stretched serpentine limbs that sought to unravel the fabric of the world. Lightning split the sky, and the Euphrates ran red with blood as the earth trembled beneath Gozer's power. Zul, the gatekeeper, stood before Ninurta, roaring her defiance, but the warrior god struck her down with a single blow of his mighty mace. Vinz Clotho, the keymaster, attempted to flee into the shadows, but Ninurta bound him with a chain of light forged by Enki's hand. With the servants of Gozer vanquished, Ninurta faced the storm deity itself. "I am the might of Marduk, slayer of chaos. You shall not claim this world, Gozer, for the gods decree your end." Gozer's voice thundered across the plains. "I am the beginning and the end, the storm that consumes the sky. I have no form, no master. You are but a flicker before the eternal flame." The battle raged for 7 days and 7 nights, and the heavens themselves trembled. Ninurta's blows struck with the force of the winds, but Gozer reformed with every strike, shifting between monstrous forms. At last, when all seemed lost, Ninurta invoked the name of Enlil, summoning a storm greater than that of Gozer's own. The winds howled, and the earth split open, swallowing the god of chaos. With Gozer banished, Ninurta took the amulet of binding and sealed the abyss, imprisoning the dark god beneath the ziggurat, where it was said Gozer would slumber for 10,000 years. Tablet 5. The Prophecy of Return. Yet the story does not end with Gozer's fall. Inscribed upon the walls of the temple of Eridu, Enki left a final prophecy. "Beware the day when 3 moons align and the stars weep once more. For Gozer is not destroyed, but sleeps in the heart of the earth. When the gatekeeper and keymaster rise again, so too shall the devourer of worlds awaken, and the gods shall tremble before its wrath." And so the legend passed into memory, a warning to the kings and priests of Babylon that some powers once summoned can never truly be destroyed.